Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Taylor Teaches English. Let's get started. We're going to talk about traveling around using taxis. If the train and bus won't take you where you need to go, or if you're in a hurry, you can call a cab. In larger cities, you can hail a cab on the street. Just step off the sidewalk into the street and raise your arm. You can also call out, "Taxi!" In cities, the fares are posted right in the cab, and the rates are set by a group that regulates taxi companies. If you need a ride in a smaller city or town, you can call a car service. This is a private taxi company that usually does not have cars driving around the streets. Drivers wait in the office until someone calls, and then the manager will dispatch a car. You can also call in advance and arrange to be picked up on another day. In the United States, taxis are still popular in certain cities, but they're not as popular as they used to be. Some of you might know that nowadays people like to use ride-sharing services. Ride-sharing companies or services are companies like Uber and Lyft. In the US, lots of people use Uber and Lyft to get around cities. Taxis are not as popular as they were in the past. Let's learn some new vocabulary. Arrange. Make a plan for something. Arrange. A-R-R-A-N-G-E. Make a plan for something. For example, I will arrange a party for Saturday night. I will arrange a party for Saturday night. Cab. Taxi. A cab is a taxi. C-A-B, cab. For example, I called a cab to take me home. I called a cab to take me home. Cabbie, a taxi driver. A cabbie is a taxi driver. For example, the cabbie told me the fare was cheap. The cabbie told me the fare would be cheap. Fare, the cost of the trip. F-A-R-E, fare, is the cost of the trip. For example, the fare was not very expensive. I only paid $5. The fare was not very expensive. I only paid $5. Hail a cab. Signal that you want a taxi. To hail a cab is to signal that you want a taxi. We spell this is actually three words. H-A-I-L, hail, is the letter A, cab, C-A-B, hail a cab, means that you are signaling for a taxi. You could wave your hand in the air, or you could shout taxi. Here's an example. I tried to hail a cab last night, but I didn't see any. I tried to hail a cab last night, but I didn't see any. In advance means before the time. In advance. I-N-A-D-V-A-N-C-E. In advance is before a certain time. For example, I called the taxi in advance of going outside. I called the taxi in advance of going outside. Nightmare. A nightmare is a bad situation, a very bad situation. Nightmare is spelled N-I-G-H-T-M-A-R-E. For example, finding a cab was a nightmare. There were so many people also trying to get one. Finding a cab was a nightmare. There were so many other people trying to get one. Pick up. Pick up means get or to collect. It's two words, spelled P-I-C-K, pick, and up, U-P. For example, I will pick up the trash when I get home. I will pick up the trash when I get home. Rate. How a fare is calculated. Rate. R-A-T-E. How the fare is calculated. Usually rates are calculated by miles or minutes depending on where you are. For example, the rate could be $1 per mile or $2 per mile. That is the rate. Rush hour. R-U-S-H-H-O-U-R. Rush hour is the very busy traffic times, morning and evenings, when most people are traveling to and from work. Rush hour is two words. Once again, R-U-S-H-H-O-U-R. These are the very busy traffic times when people are going to work and coming from work. Here's an example. Rush hour traffic is horrible. It moves so slow. Rush hour traffic is horrible. It moves so slow. All right, everyone. Thank you for listening to another episode of Taylor Teaches English. We are now talking about getting around using taxis. If you have any questions, you can email me at tteachesenglish@gmail.com. You can follow me on the Facebook group, Taylor Teaches English. You can like and subscribe on YouTube at Taylor Teaches English. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.